Um, I don't know. We just found a flow at that point. I feel like we were hurting ourselves in the first half a lot. Penalties, putting ourselves in first and long, second and real long situations. It becomes tough when you're playing a team like that with a really good defense and obviously at home too. So we shot ourselves in the foot a little bit with some self-inflicted early, and then we just kind of started gelling, figuring out the best ways. I feel like our running game was a lot better in the second half than what it was in the first half. So allowed us to free up a little bit of action in the pass game. Still could have did a lot more, and I would have liked to start faster than what we did. But once we look at the film, we'll be able to kind of analyze it and really see what led to the second half production.
When it comes to finding that mentality, is there anything to be said for just needing some time just to get back to rhythm with Aaron and how they've been able to practice the offense over the past month?
I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but we've been doing this for a long time. Like I said, going into this game, when I talked to you guys earlier this week, we've been doing it for a long time. So, he's still there. Obviously wasn't able to practice with COVID, and then throughout this week he was a little banged up. So, you gotta. It's no excuses. You gotta find ways to do it regardless of the circumstance. If he's out there, we gotta find ways to go make plays.
What do you see on your second touchdown? I guess the first one too, kind of had the broken play, and then what do you see on the second one?
On the first one, they had pretty good communication. I guess they knew off split or just area of the field. That's one thing that Pat does really well is that I just think he's a smart guy, so he's able to kind of recognize. It's not even a concept we really run a lot down there. I just think based off the split or something that he got a tip early, so he kind of passed me off to the safety, and once I got to that side, 12 saw a window, so he was just pointing for where me flip around basically, flipped around and delivered a great ball, and yeah, so that was the first one. Second one had really far off coverage and kind of like a little bit of a choice to run on that, and just got him to bite based on I think it was about 3rd and 6 or something. The sticks were pretty close, so got him to bite and then just beat him over the top.
Davante, you're a receiver at the top of this league. What do you think of what Justin Jefferson did across the other sideline today?
He did what not what I expected him to do against us, but what he's been doing pretty consistently. He's a hell of a player, man. It's fun to watch. So I don't want to watch it no more against us looking like that. But he's a great player, and got a lot of respect for him.
We don't often see receivers getting that type of.
Speak a little louder, I can hear you.
We don't often see the receivers getting that kind of wild switch up like you have had. Did you feel it a little bit when you made a play? Did you feel that on your end?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm just trying to make plays, just as consistently as what he is. I'm not really basing it off of anything he's doing, but I guess maybe subconsciously, but it's definitely not. I'm not thinking he caught a deep one. It's time for me to catch one. I want to catch one if he's not, or if he's catching a bunch of them. So, yeah.
I call this game an emotional roller coaster. How would you describe it?
Definitely emotional roller coaster. That's a great way to explain it, especially at the end, because we thought we had the ball back, and then turns out it came out of his hands. They go back down there and score. So it was a lot of ups and downs at the end there, and then we get the ball back and score on the first freaking play. So, we were pretty high just at that point, just thinking, hey, we just need to stop here. And, credit to their offense for figuring out a way to get it done. But we were definitely up and down a lot within the last few minutes of that game. But that's football for you.
Matt said that you guys have yet to really put together a consistent full game on all three phases. What do you think has been hindering you guys from being just consistent?
I don't really know. It's tough to put my finger on. I think you look around the league and there's teams out there that are putting up some pretty consistent performances on offense, but they don't have to deal with some of the stuff that we have to deal with. Not making any excuses, because at the end of the day, you got to get it done. But I mean, the amount of two-shell we get just from me, and obviously Aaron as well. Them just trying to make us lean on certain things, and then like I said, you end up kind of being in must-pass situations, 1st and 20, 2nd and 20. It's tough to run the ball, and it's there. But if you put those, you put it on yourself right there. They're not just going to let you run and get a 20-yard first down running the ball. So you got to kind of help yourself out in certain ways, and I felt based off how we came out the first play that we were going to be rolling and be smooth on offense at least for that first drive and go get points. But we just got to figure it out. Like I said, it's hard to put my finger on exactly what it is, but between the coverages that we get and then self-inflicted and not capitalizing on some opportunities, or maybe it's a bunch of receivers out there too. So maybe I ended up covered and somebody else was open, or vice versa on a certain play, and just not really quite gelling the way that we once have. So we just got to figure out a way. It's getting late, but we definitely got to figure out a way to make it work.
More, please. Talking about deal with how difficult is it just keep coming back with the injuries you guys have been flashing with and no more today?
Yeah, it's frustrating because we got some great players on this team that we rely on a lot to make plays. So I don't know if frustrating is it's definitely frustrating, but I'm not frustrated with the player who got hurt, obviously. But just hope that hoping for the best with Eldon, because he's obviously such a versatile player, does a lot for us and can do really everything. I'm waiting on him to catch a pass at this point, but it's tough. It's tough because when you game plan so much for certain people, or you don't have as much experience with the backups or whatever, it becomes a tough position, especially at the end of the game like that. So. Good thing is that we trust everybody, and that's why we kind of just all do our job and just let everybody else do their job, and then hopefully it results in a good product.
You mentioned the penalties. This is the most ball fight all season. In the first half, a couple were even like procedural. Was that just noise, limitations? What was the issue?
I'm not sure. I honestly, the pre-snap stuff is tough for me to see, and then the holding is impossible. I'm running routes or blocking too, so that's more something I can see on film.